The Great Pyramid of Giza is a remarkable structure that continues to captivate historians, archaeologists, and researchers. Here are 3 facts that some find difficult to explain about this iconic pyramid. 1. The precision of construction. The Great Pyramid's precision in construction, with its near-perfect alignment and almost seamless joints, raises questions about the technology and tools available during its time. Graham Hancock discussed it at the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, this is the thoughts about Egypt, correct?
It's about Egypt, yeah. and about other things. I mean, the specific example I give is above the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid are 5 further chambers. And these chambers are roofed and floored with granite beams that weigh about 70 tons each. And there are hundreds of them. And these 70-ton granite beams, which to put in context, a 70-ton beam is equivalent in weight to 35 large SUVs. These 70-ton granite beams have been elevated to a height of more than 350 feet above the ground and carefully and precisely placed in position. It is very hard for archaeologists to explain how that was done using purely leverage and mechanical advantage. You can say, oh, perhaps they built a ramp and hauled the stones up the ramp. But then you have to confront basic laws of physics. You can't haul a stone weighing tens of tons up a slope that exceeds 10 degrees. Then you start doing the calculation. How long a ramp do I need with a 10-degree slope to get to 350 feet above the ground? And the answer is you need a fucking long ramp, which should still be there, because it couldn't have been a sand ramp. It would have collapsed under the weight of those stones. It had to be as massive as the pyramid itself. So this begins to seem like an absurd idea, the idea that is foisted on us by archaeology.
2. The alignment with true north, geometric relationships, and advanced mathematical knowledge used in the construction of the pyramid. The pyramid's remarkable alignment with true north is puzzling considering the limited tools available to ancient Egyptians for such precise calculations. Furthermore, the pyramid's dimensions and proportions hold intricate geometric relationships, such as the golden ratio, which some theorists find challenging to explain as coincidental. The level of mathematical and astronomical knowledge required to align the pyramid with specific celestial events and equinoxes seems advanced for the time. Again, here is Graham Hancock's point of view on the matter.
Another example I often give is the Great Pyramid itself. And it's very important, I made this point at the beginning, it's very important that when people want to check this calculation, that they use the true original height of the Great Pyramid, the 481 feet that it would have risen to, rather than its rather stunted 450 plus feet today. When you use the true original height of the Great Pyramid and multiply it by 43,200, you get the polar radius of the Earth. And when you measure the base perimeter of the Great Pyramid and multiply it by 43,200, you get the equatorial circumference of the Earth. Now, why does 43,200 matter? It's 600 times 72. It's another precessional number. It's a number generated by the precessional motion of the Earth itself. And there we enter a very clever piece of work. Great Pyramid is almost perfectly aligned to true north. It's within 3/60ths of a single degree of true north. It's an error, but it's really good. When you look at a monument on that scale, 6 million tons, 481 feet tall, you know, and you get it within 3/60ths of a degree of true north, you are doing very accurate work. And you're saying something else as well.
You think they figured that out back in the day?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You think they were like,
they used astronomy.
Fuck.
They used astronomy to figure it out.
But no, that they messed up a little.
I think they did the best they could. I think they did the best they could. We also have to take account of movements of the Earth itself.
So it might have been right at the time.
It might have been. There might have been a slight shift in the tectonic plates underneath. I'm not sure, but the fact is, it's 3/60ths off now.
Okay.
What it does tell us, apart from the level of accuracy, is that when they made that monument, they wanted to lock it in to the key cardinal directions. It's perfectly true north, perfectly true south, perfectly true east, perfectly true west, within 3/60ths of a single degree. Then the cardinal directions of this planet mattered to them. They were speaking to the Earth with that monument. Secondly, it's located on latitude 30 degrees north, give or take a few seconds of arc. And latitude 30 degrees north is 1/3 of the way between the equator and the North Pole. Okay, so that's not an insignificant latitude. It's a significant latitude. It seems like the monument is speaking to the Earth. And then we find that it encodes the dimensions of the Earth on a scale provided by a key motion of the Earth itself, namely the Earth's precession, operating at the rate of 1 degree every 72 years. Multiply that by 600, you get 43,200. That's the scale the pyramid is built on, 1 to 43,200. So it's a monument that speaks to the Earth, that is aligned to the cardinal directions of the Earth, and that encodes the dimensions of the Earth on a scale defined by the Earth itself.
And nobody would object to this at all?
Nobody that I know of, once they get the measurements right and realize that they're not dealing with a 450-foot tall monument, but a 481-foot tall monument, nobody disputes that. That pi, which is used to calculate the diameter and circumference of a circle, is built into the Great Pyramid. This is broadly accepted by Egyptologists. It's just that they regard it as a coincidence.
3. Stone transportation and use of megalithic blocks. The transportation of the massive limestone and granite blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons, from distant quarries to the construction site remains an engineering mystery. The size and weight of some of the megalithic blocks used in the pyramid's construction make it difficult to understand how they were moved and lifted without advanced machinery. The colossal granite blocks, renowned for their substantial mass, were quarried in Aswan, approximately 560 miles south from the construction site.
The Great Pyramid of Giza is probably the most stunning of all these ancient structures. And the stones are immense, and some of them were cut from a quarry that's hundreds of miles away. How do you think they did that?
Well, some of them, the granite in the Great Pyramid comes from more than 500 miles to the south. If you look at the famous King's Chamber, its walls and its roof are, the ceiling of the King's Chamber are all made with gigantic granite blocks.
Stunning detail.
Stunning detail. Those blocks on the roof of the King's Chamber weigh 70 tons each. Now, Egyptologists will tell you that, they could move heavy blocks because they put them on wet sand and they push them along on wet sand. Well, maybe if you're just at ground level, that will do. But when you're 350 feet above the ground, as you are in the King's Chamber, that won't do at all.
It's important to note that while these facts have led to various theories and speculations, the Great Pyramid's construction and purpose continue to be subjects of ongoing research and debate. In contemplating the astounding enigma that is the Pyramid of Giza, we find ourselves in awe of the remarkable feats achieved by ancient civilizations. The question of how continues to beckon us, urging us onward in our quest to unlock the secrets of the past. Follow us and subscribe if you haven't already to find out more facts about ancient Egypt